Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shuffle Podcast, episode 263. I'm Joe.
I'm Lauren.
Lauren, how the heck are you?
I'm better now. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm also doing great. I was doing great 5 minutes ago, too.
I was doing really great 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't doing really great.
And now we're doing great again.
Hopefully.
Anyways, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
This is, in fact, our Christmas episode, coming out a little early. 5 days before Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Yes.
Happy everything.
Happy everything.
Season.
Yeah. Christmas shopping.
Yes.
You did all yours.
Yes. So I did all mine early. I did a lot of
I just
Black
realized
Friday.
this. Sorry to cut you off. This tree,
It does.
I didn't realize that.
Pulses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did mine early. I did it like the Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Oh, you did
sales.
really early.
Yeah. So
Ugh.
and I shipped everything home.
Yeah.
I shipped a lot of my stuff to my friends. I got a lot of that here and already sent those boxes out like 2 weeks ago, so they already got their presents. So
You get presents for your friends?
Only a few, not too many. It kind of is like a conversation. We kind of are like, are we doing presents? It depends. It also depends on like if we have anything planned.
Mm-hmm.
So like one of my friends and I just bought Post Malone tickets for the summer when he's here. And we kind of made like we're not going to do presents, right? Because we just did this because it was expensive. So, some of my friends and I kind of have that agreement, or like if they came to visit.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't have too many close enough friends to give presents to.
Right.
You know? Do you get presents?
No, God, no. My friends back home do, and if I'm able to ever get up in time for their Christmas party, which usually ends up happening after the holidays when I've already come back down. Mm-hmm. But they'll do a little Christmas party and do like either a Secret Santa or a White Elephant. I think they're doing Secret Santa this year.
Okay.
Which I'd love to participate in, but again, it's just like the exchange happens at the party.
Yeah.
And so like while I could just send my gift with somebody or with my brother and then have him mail my gift back down, it's just not
necessary at that point.
It's just not as fun
that makes sense.
not be part of it. So this stupid thing is really just there we go.
Can we talk about this stupid thing? You are very dressed up to the yard.
My
you look very nice.
velvet red. There's dog hair. So right before I left the house to come over here, I let the dogs out, and my neighbors let their dogs out at the same time.
So it was hype.
And they just and just running up and down the fence, and I was like, "Fuck!" So I had to go out, pull these dogs back inside. Meanwhile, I'm getting hair all over me, slobber all over me, and I'm like, I have an episode to record.
Yeah. Oh God.
But yeah, I chose the fancy Christmas route.
You went. Classic, I went for the more
ugly Christmas sweater.
It's not ugly. It's so cute.
Sure, yeah.
It used to have a bell on it on the collar, and I did break that off at a bar because I got really annoyed with it.
Yeah,
I still have the bell. I could sew it on at some point, but I'm lazy.
Not
and I kind of want to
necessary,
put a better bell on it. I think it deserves some bells, some jingles.
Yeah, some jingles.
But yeah, it's my cat sweater. I've had this all throughout college. This is like my go-to.
Wow.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's classic. I love
Nice.
it. I do want another Christmas sweater though, but I always have like problems justifying like why do you need
a sweater that you're only gonna wear
once or twice a year?
Yeah.
I'm like, do I need to invest in another one? Would it be nice? Yeah, instead of wearing the same one every year, but also I don't need it. But Marshalls has really good Christmas sweaters.
Interesting.
If you ever need an ugly sweater, Marshalls and like TJ Maxx and stuff, they always have like the funny looking ones.
We also have Christmas sweaters on our microphones.
Yes, they are also dressed.
Which I love.
Aren't
these
these
are really
kind of
good.
cute? Yeah, you got the bells. I've got the fireplace.
Yeah.
So I like that they have little arms. It's really
they're
funny.
nice. But I did get you a Christmas present.
You did?
I did.
Well, shit, I didn't get you anything.
That's all right. I wouldn't expect you to.
You're not one of my friends that I said.
But I got these while I was out Christmas shopping.
Oh my!
And I got a pair for myself. And hold on.
Can we open them with one hand? There we go.
And yours, I feel like match your sweater really well.
Yeah, they go with the colors. The ho is a very nice touch. Thank you for giving me the ho glasses. I like that you have trees. They match yours because it's like
mine.
the opposite.
Look at those. But again, I couldn't. So I had to get these ones because
they look like some crazy fucking eyebrows.
Yeah. I had to get these ones because they fit well over my regular glasses. Those ones, I
okay.
tried them on in the store, just kept like slipping down.
Yeah.
Because they're heavy. They're heavy glasses.
Yeah, they're pretty industrial.
Yeah.
They're pretty industrial.
They had a lot of different. They had a pair of glasses that was like Santa's glasses, but with a mustache hanging down.
I would have.
And those were very heavy. Like they were slipping.
They got like the chains
Yeah.
on them. Yeah. the Santa glasses with the chain.
Yep.
Yeah, no, this is great. This is an upgrade. We should be wearing these glasses
Year
forever.
round.
Yeah, year round.
Yeah. Celebrate this holiday season all the time.
Constantly. Every day is Christmas.
I wish every day was
I
Christmas.
actually am so glad it's not every day. I wish every day was Halloween.
Nah, well, I do love candy.
I love Halloween. That's this Christmas is.
I wish every day was Thanksgiving.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, anyways,
We do have
we have a draft.
probably one of the best drafts
Probably the
we've ever
best.
come up with.
The best draft.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
I'm also very excited. So to give you guys I get first pick, just so we get that out in the open right now.
Keep rubbing it in.
So to give you guys an idea of what this is, or explanation of what this is, we had an idea weeks ago for 3 Christmas drafts. It was Christmas songs, movies, and then something else, and we couldn't remember what the something else
Not
was
to
this
save our
week.
life.
So we went with, we're gonna draft the reindeer, Santa's reindeer.
Our like athletic draft, the
Yes.
sports draft of who we want in our lineup.
Yeah. And so we're only picking, because there's 8 reindeer. We're not counting Rudolph because he's the obvious, like,
Yeah, he
he's
has to
the
be
leader of the
front,
pack. Yeah.
Whatever.
So the OG 8 reindeer, we're drafting 4 of them because if we pick each other's, there's only
So many
to choose from. Yeah. And so we each get 4, and then I'm not putting my thumbs up.
I think that's
And then our 5th pick will be who we want as our Rudolph, right? Like who we want leading our other 4 reindeer.
Yes.
So that's like our wild
Our
card.
wild card
And
pick.
that is any Christmas character.
In all of Christmas realm.
Yeah, ever.
Anything that ever has existed that relates to Christmas.
Yes.
So
it's not technically our number 1, but it is leading the other 4.
Yes.
But our top 4 will be like our
number
reindeer.
1 favorite.
Yeah.
4 reindeer.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna
and
be tough.
My first pick.
I have a feeling you're gonna take all my picks.
I hope I do, because I really put some thought into this.
I did too. We had last minute changes.
Last minute changes.
It was a stressful.
I bumped my 3rd and my 4th up to 1 and 2. That's how.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, I only switched 1 and 2. At
No,
the
I
end there.
changed 3 and 4 up to 1 and 2. So my number 1 pick is Comet.
Oh, thank God.
All
Take
right.
Comet.
Yeah, I went with Comet because I was like, I gotta think of things that move, and this will give some spoilers to what my next picks are. Things that move fast. Because I'm like, Santa's got places to be and people to see.
Sure.
So he's got to get around quick. We want Comet up there at the front. Always fast.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a good pick, but he was.
Comet not even in your top 4?
He was not in my top 4.
That's crazy.
He was my number 5.
Wow.
He just barely made the cut for me.
That's interesting because in the original lineup, he is number 5.
He is number 5. Yeah. Because there's a reason. I don't think he needs to be up there in the league.
Okay. All right.
I think he's a good guy for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think he has what it
Nah,
takes.
he's ready to lead the pack.
That's tough.
Yeah.
My number 1 pick. Thank God I got this one.
I'm scared
really
now.
Happy, is Blitzen.
Fuck! Oh, that was my number 2!
Yes, let's go.
I knew I should have put him at number 1.
Blitzen. The name is
because he's
wicked.
fast.
Is fast. His name is fast. He's got a lot going on. He's got a lot of pizzazz.
Yeah.
The name is fun. You like to say Blitzen. I mean, you never get to say Blitzen until the holiday season.
Yeah.
You say, oh, look, there's a comet. Whatever.
Yeah.
You save the word Blitzen until holiday season. And it's
Gonna be honest.
it's
Never
too
said the word Blitzen.
You never say it.
I've never said Blitzen in my life.
No,
besides
you sang the
singing
song.
the song.
Therefore, it's iconic because he is.
Well, that goes for
reindeer.
all of these.
No,
When do you
Comet-
ever say Donner?
Other times,
Yeah.
he's my number 1 pick. He's great. I love Blitzen. Donner also sucks, but that's
True.
just my
Apparently, by the way, it's not Donner, it's Donder.
Donder.
Yeah, there's 2 D's. Supposedly. This is what I heard. I don't know how true it is. I didn't look it up.
I'm gonna have to do some
Fact
Rudolph
checking.
lore.
Yeah.
All right, but that's my number 1.
It's a good number 1.
I know.
Fuck. Do I change? Do I make a last minute trade
Your
here?
Last minute minute trade?
I might have to do a last minute trade.
Because you're scared I'm going to take
I am scared. No, I'm going with it. I'm sticking with what my number 3 is now. My number 2 is Vixen.
Good pick.
Yeah.
I love Vixen.
Yeah, it's again great name.
Great name.
Vixen.
Great performance.
Love it. Yeah.
Great name.
She's doing the most.
She is.
Yeah.
She is out there. That's my number 4. So you did knock off one of mine.
All right.
I do really like that pick. Damn. That's disappointing.
Yep.
But that's okay. My number 2 is Prancer.
Shit. That was my number 4, which would have been my number 3.
Damn.
Prancer's a good one. It's a good one.
Kind of like fun and pizzazz. He's kind of like, the fun guy of the group or whatever.
Yeah.
And partially. There are a few other ones up there. But I just like...
Now, in the original lineup, Prancer sits at number 3.
Yeah.
So he's already near the front.
Yeah.
I think it's. I do
So
think
he's
putting it
already
number
kind
2.
of a leader
I think
role.
putting him number 2 is smart. You know,
Yeah.
he's ready to shine.
I think so. I think he's ready to step up. I don't think he's number 1 yet, but I think he could also... I mean, there's 2 in the front.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
think
more right or
Prancer.
left.
I think Prancer really shows potential with a name like Prancer.
Right. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Putting some pep into the step there.
That's the name you want to see on the back of a jersey.
Yeah,
you know?
Prancer,
That's
yeah.
the one that'll sell you. It's good merchandise.
Yeah.
Prancer.
Yeah.
I also, I appreciate prancing. I think it's fun and light.
Yeah.
And so I think he deserves that spot.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm digging into my bottom 4 now.
Damn.
Yeah. My number 5, which is now my number 3, which honestly I almost traded right here. I almost traded for these two spots.
Your number 5 was up higher earlier too.
It was,
So
yes.
you didn't get too upset.
I'm going with Dasher.
Yep.
Dasher
that
takes.
is my 3rd.
There you go.
There you
Dasher
go.
takes my number 3 because again, I'm going with some fast ones here.
Sure.
I initially had Dasher near the top.
Dasher is a great
Yeah.
pick.
There's a reason why Dasher is the first reindeer
Yep.
in the song.
Yep. He sets the pace.
Yeah.
He said, "We're going."
Yeah.
And here's who's with me.
Yeah. See, now I've got Comet setting my pace, and I need Dasher to keep up.
Yeah. Yeah. You got Comet be like, "Oh, I'm ready. Here's my chance."
Yep.
Damn. Good pick. Good pick. I
Yeah.
like it. I like it. And that was your number.
That was my number 3.
All right. So now I'm going down to my bottom 4.
Okay.
My number 3, which is originally my number 6, is Donner. I know I just slandered Donner.
Yeah, you did. Donner,
is-
my last one. It was my last
is it
pick.
really?
Yeah, I put him at the bottom. Sorry, Donnie.
Yeah, I mean Donner could be lower for me too. These last 3 are kind of eh.
Yeah.
But I do think he's a solid player.
Sure. Yeah, he's probably a good linebacker.
I think he's.
Yeah.
I think he's.
He's in the back of the line
He's
after
in the
all.
back of the line. Yeah, I don't know. He's fine. I'll take it as a.
Although
3.
I will say, Blitzen is the very last one.
Isn't he Rudolph's dad?
Donner? No, I thought it was Dasher. No, Donner. I think Donner might be Rudolph's dad.
And see,
per the movie.
the movie.
Per the claymation. Yeah.
And so
I don't know the lineage, if I'm being honest.
The only reason I like him up top is because, like a little bit higher up, is because he's got a good connection.
Yeah.
And I mean Rudolph.
Yeah.
That's kind of tough.
Yeah.
To be working with your son, who's like the star and stuff.
True. Yeah.
However, he's an asshole to Rudolph in the beginning.
Huge
He covers his
dick,
fucking
yeah.
nose. So that's why I put him so low on my list, because I was like, dude, you're mean.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're a bad dad.
Yep.
None of that here. So
But yeah, Blitzen is actually the last one. If you sing the song, Blitzen is the very last name listed.
yeah, it is.
And so we've really moved Blitzen up in the
we
world.
said Blitzen.
Blitzen, it's your time to shine.
You
Donner,
need to step up.
eat dicks. Yeah.
Donner, get to the back of the line. Yeah.
All right, my last pick, my number 4, Dancer.
That was my last pick.
Yeah, Dancer. I'm like similar to Prancer, right?
Right.
Prancer and Dancer, they're up there. They're giving some vibes.
Sure.
Yeah, they're making it fun.
They're
making
it
Christmas
making
fun.
Yeah, I agree. I do like Dancer. I just feel like it's so plain.
Sure.
It's just for Christmas. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay.
As far as names go,
Yeah.
Santa was digging deep. Was
Yeah.
not digging deep for
Yeah,
that
he
one.
was just watching the Nutcracker.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, I'll just name that one the Dancer. That's
Yeah.
fine, easy.
Yeah. Yep.
I totally agree. All
right, your last
that
pick.
makes my number 4, the back of the line, but still crucial member, Cupid.
Yep.
Wrong holiday, kiddo.
Yeah.
But you're still here, and we appreciate you. It's
Cupid's bringing the love.
Same energy as the Vixen.
Yeah.
You know, being like the
Cupid and Vixen.
the two lovebirds vibes. You know. And I do appreciate. I love Valentine's Day, so I don't mind it. It's just kind of silly. I'm like, what are you doing here? Why Cupid? That's again another Santa ran out of names. Yeah. And he was just like looking at, oh, what's the next holiday? But not New Year's because whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, Valentine's Day. I can just borrow from them.
Yep.
And there was Cupid.
And there we are.
And
but that brings us down to our wild card pick.
Wild card.
Who's leading my 4 reindeer? Which my 4 reindeer are Comet, Vixen, Dasher, Dancer. The person or the character that I have leading them is actually not a person. I don't know why I said person, but is Max, the dog from The Grinch.
Duh!
Because he pulled that whole sleigh on his own. On his own. With his one antler. He put in work. That man's got strength.
And you see, underdog story. Underdog story.
Nobody thought Max could do it,
sure,
and Max pulled that whole thing up Mount Crumpet.
His upbringing, you know.
Yeah, that whole thing up Mount Crumpet.
I mean,
and then rode it all the way back down.
Yep, and he just took it right back. Yeah. Very good pick.
Yeah.
That's smart. He is
Max is putting in work.
He has been to the gym. He has been hustling.
He's bulking.
He deserves that role for sure.
So Max will be leading my 4 reindeer and Santa this Christmas.
I didn't pick a smart.
I was thinking strategically here.
I
was like, how are we gonna make Christmas on top of this year?
My reindeer are gonna have to carry through here because my lead. I have 2 leads.
Oh God.
That hold hands while they're leading. The heat and freeze miser.
Oh my God. I think it's a little bit of a picking both is a bit of a stretch there.
But you can't pick one because the other will cause
chaos
to the thing because they'll be jealous.
Yeah.
So they both got to lead together.
Yeah. Who's the reindeer in that movie? Isn't there a reindeer in A Year Without a Santa Claus?
Do they bring Donner?
There is a reindeer, but it's not one of the reindeer, is it?
No, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let's ask Siri. Who's the reindeer in A Year Without a Santa Claus?
Is it not Rudolph?
I think Year Without a Santa Claus. I also think it's Rudolph.
They borrow one of the reindeer to fly to these guys.
Oh, maybe that's what.
And I think it's one of. I don't think it's Donner though. It might be Comet. Look up who Mrs. Claus.
Vixen.
Oh, they take Vixen.
Jingle and Jangle, the 2 elves.
Yes.
Leave with Santa's youngest reindeer, Vixen.
Oh. Interesting. There, the more you know.
See, and that's why Vixen is up there as my number 2 because again she
does outside work too.
Yeah.
She's not needed only on one night of the year.
Yeah.
She's out there hustling 365.
Yep.
Which
absolutely.
I respect. Yeah, I chose Heat and Freeze Miser as kind of like a two-man lead in the front of my.
Yeah, they're not doing anything for you.
No, they're not in terms of athleticism. However,
bickering, they'll do
entertainment.
True.
Keeping me.
They got the music. They got the tunes for sure.
If I'm in Santa's role and this is my sleigh, they're gonna keep me going all night. I'll be awake. They won't stop talking.
Yeah.
I'll stay awake through the whole night. It's a long night.
Yeah.
And they'll keep me entertained. They'll provide the tunes. They've got a fuck ton of their little army that they can bring and help out if any of my elves
delivering
just send one of those little guys down. They got the little hat and they're good to go.
Absolutely.
I think I'm still happy with my pick. Strategically, maybe not, but like overall, like if I'm really thinking it, my team is perfect.
Yeah.
I got Blitzen Prancer up front and then Donner Cupid in the back pulling up the rear.
Donner.
Donnie the bad dad is fine. That's fine.
Well.
Yeah, that's silly. I'm kind of mad about Vixen. I kind of wish I put Vixen higher.
Vixen was a sleeper for sure.
She was my number 4, so she was already in the lineup.
Okay. Yeah. Fair.
Wish I had grabbed her. But that's all right. It's fine.
Yeah.
Good job.
Love that draft.
I do too. That might be my favorite draft we've done so far. Because again, it was like a real draft.
Yeah. Let me ask you hard-hitting questions now. I say questions. I just have one. When did you stop believing in Santa Claus?
I don't know. I've thought about this before.
Okay.
So I have way older brothers, right?
Yeah.
30, they're in their 30s now and stuff. And so when they were in high school, I was still like Santa time. And
Still Santa time.
you know what I mean? And so I don't really know, like, no, I never had a conversation. Like, my mom didn't just sit me down and be like, hey,
Yeah.
your whole life's been a lie.
Mm.
None of that. Same with like the tooth fairy. Like, it just
Yeah.
kind of happened. And I think it was just like in school, like when kids just start kind of like talking about it.
Yeah.
But
I think Tooth Fairy is like one of those things. It's like when you run out of teeth to lose. That's usually when the Tooth Fairy stops being a thing for you.
Right. I think I just like kind of figured that one out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know exactly when I like stopped. I mean, I never stopped believing because he's real.
That's the right answer.
But I don't know that there was ever a point where when I was growing up, I was like, what? You know, like I wasn't told.
Yeah. I think I've said this probably every year on the podcast, but I'm going to continue to say it every year. I wholeheartedly believe in Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And will continue to do so for the rest of my life. Yeah.
Sure, for sure.
I will tell my children Santa Claus. How do I believe in Santa Claus?
Yeah.
With my heart.
Okay.
That's how.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, me too, I guess.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, don't get me wrong, right? Like, am I also aware that parents cover if your children are listening? First of all, stop. Second of all, cover their ears.
I've already said enough bad words that you shouldn't be listening.
Am I aware that throughout my life that my parents have probably put some presents under the tree with the name Santa on them? Absolutely, I'm aware of that. Do I still believe that Santa Claus is real and delivers presents to kids on Christmas who believe in Santa Claus and who have been good? Yeah. And have been good kids? Yeah. Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slay. Slay with a GH.
Yeah, slay with a GH.
No,
IGH, one might say.
Well, an E too.
Yeah, slay with an EIGH. Yeah.
Let's finish the whole. Yeah, I don't know that there was really any point. So why should I believe not?
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
You watch NORAD?
Oh my God, yeah. Still.
I'm going to put it on my TV
100%.
this year.
I think when they created that, these are like making my nose itch. I'm just gonna put them up here. When they
You're so excited.
came out with that NORAD Track Santa thing, which was like
my life has never
happened. How old were you? Because that'll give me a good frame of reference.
I was pretty young.
Yeah.
That was like young. I would say probably. Oh God, like 2005 or 6.
Because my brother was also very. You were were you born in 2000?
2000.
Right. So you're a year younger than Dave, and I think it came out. The NORAD Track Santa came out around that time of year. Around that time where like people your age and Dave's age could be on the cusp of not believing anymore.
I'm gonna blow your mind.
What year did it come out?
1955.
They've been tracking Santa since 55.
The North American Aerospace.
When did the website come out?
Yeah, well, that I got to figure out. But the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, began tracking Santa on December 24th, 1955. A child accidentally called the Continental Air Defense
That's right.
Command
I knew about. I've heard this story. Yes.
In Colorado Springs instead of Santa. Air Force Colonel,
Which, by the way, how do you accidentally call that number?
How do you accidentally call that?
I don't know.
How do you get that number?
I don't know.
He assured the child that NORAD would ensure that Santa's safe journey. And so then they started the tradition of tracking Santa because this one kid did that.
Called the wrong number.
Yeah.
So I knew that story. I think the website that they, like NORADTrackSanta.com or whatever, I think that website came out because, again, the internet didn't start until
obviously the internet wasn't
in the
here.
late 90s.
Oh wow, okay, we're way off.
Still?
2014.
No way.
I thought I was way older. Or younger. I remember sitting with my brother doing that. I don't think I was.
No way. I would have guessed at the latest. I would have said 2010.
I was guessing 2007 was gonna be like pushing it. But yeah, this says the website launched on December 1st, 2014.
That was my senior year of high school.
And so maybe we're missing, like, maybe there was like original, like their own thing and then its own website came out later. I don't know, but there's
either way, I
regardless, it happened when
when I remember the first time
10
I
years
visited
ago.
that website. 10 years ago might track. I don't know. Either way, the first time I went on that website with my brother, who I remember being much younger than 2014, but
Yeah, same.
I think it was around that time where like people your age, his age, are like right on the cusp of maybe not believing in Santa Claus anymore. And I think that website really like solidified this belief in Santa for a lot of that age group.
Yeah, for the people like weary about it.
Yeah, because it's like, how awesome is it to see a satellite view of where he is,
right? How many presents he's already delivered?
Yeah, where he's
and
going.
Where
all the games they have on the website too are just fun.
Yeah,
like that part aside.
You just like playing the games.
Yeah, I love playing the games.
So therefore, Santa is real.
But it was like fun because you could zoom in as far as where you live.
Yeah,
and no, obviously, like if you're awake, Santa's not there yet.
Right.
And so you better get the hell to sleep.
Right, go to sleep.
And then, it was fun. Like once he gets to the United States, you see him bouncing around all over the place.
Yeah,
It's just like,
I used to always.
I think that came out at a crucial time in our life.
We needed that.
Yeah.
Post like economy crashing and everything.
Yeah.
We just decided, NORAD.
Yeah.
Come save the day.
Yeah.
I remember I would wake up in the middle of the night and like pull it up on my phone or pull it up on my laptop or whatever to see like, oh, has he already stopped by? And if it was like 4 a.m. and he hadn't stopped by, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you should have been here by now. And then I'd shut the laptop and then I'd go to bed, wake up, come in the morning, and be like, we made it.
Yep.
Yay. And
we one year set up. I had just gotten like my first webcam. Which is funny. I've really come full circle now, right?
Yeah, wow.
I got my first
Back
webcam.
from Skype days.
And Skype at the time, it was either my camera settings or Skype settings. You could turn on motion detection, which would activate the camera and start recording. And so
we tried to catch Santa.
So we tried to catch Santa. And if my memory serves, I don't know that we caught full glimpse, but we caught some movement and what looked to be like a little bit of red and white Santa action going on.
Sure.
Because we had it, this was back when like the computer sat on a desk in our dining room and stared down the barrel of my living room right at the tree. And so we're like, surely we'll catch Santa. You got to remember though, Santa, kids or parents, get your kids back in here. Santa is magic. So you try to catch him, he's got ways around that.
Right.
Now again, there was a glimpse. I think that was the year my brother got a guinea pig for Christmas from Santa, named the guinea pig Santa Claus.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Or at least named it Santa. I don't know if it was last name included, but.
Right. Probably in documentation, but
sure,
not in
yeah, in practice.
Sure.
They're
gonna go with Santa Claus.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
But yeah, I mean, we've tried. There's been many a time to try and catch Santa in my household.
I set out reindeer food all the time.
Oh yeah.
I set out
like are we talking
treats.
like carrots or you throw the reindeer food on the ground?
Oh, I did like almost like a trail mix ball.
Oh, okay.
And kind of like froze it and then hung it from the trees like almost like an ornament so that when they're flying by they can like take a bite.
Yeah. We had so like I think there were a few years where you did put out carrots. But they would sell like at did your school ever do like Santa's Secret Workshop?
You explain, what did they do?
So Santa's Secret Workshop is they would set up like a little like shopping thing for the kids.
Yeah.
And basically it had just like a bunch of like not great presents, but they were affordable.
Yeah.
And so like the kids would go during the school day and they would be given X amount of money by their parents, and you would do all your Christmas shopping at school.
Okay,
and so like your teachers would help out, or like the librarians would be there helping out.
Yeah.
And so I would go and I would buy like, they had sections, right? Like this is for mom, this is for dad, this is for aunts, uncles, grandparents, yada yada, brother, sister. And you'd go and basically buy all their Christmas presents right there in one day, spend less than $50.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah.
And at that they would sell or give away this little like magical reindeer food. And what it was, I don't actually know what it was, but you would take it. It was like a little baggie. You'd take it and you'd throw it out on your driveway or your lawn. And what it said is this is reindeer food, but it also has a special magic power that lights up your driveway or your lawn, and it lets the reindeer better see your house.
Is it like glow in the dark?
I don't know.
Painted stuff or whatever?
But it didn't glow for you. You couldn't see anything. But it was like, again, it had the magical properties. The reindeer could see it.
Interesting.
And so they were more attracted to your house. Yeah. Bribing reindeer, of course, to get better presents.
Give better presents, because that's how it works. It's not
well, I mean, that's why kids started putting out carrots. Like, I can't just put out milk and cookies for Santa. I want to guarantee that I get better presents, so I'm going to bribe the reindeer.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally get that.
Because if you take care of Santa's reindeer, Santa's going to take care of you. Straight facts.
Is that why you put so many lights on your house, so that Santa can get to your
Probably,
house?
yeah.
Is that like a deep-rooted
it must
realization?
Be, yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm just trying to look at me, get to my house.
Because Santa's
first.
flying over Davenport, Florida.
Yeah.
He's going, that house
ding,
cares.
Ding, ding.
Yeah.
It's just like lit up. It's got a giant arrow pointing to the chimney.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Oh my God. That's
we used to, I don't know if I've told you this before, or I think I did. A couple episodes ago, I was talking about how I didn't have a chimney in my house growing up. So, I mean, like we did, like there was a chimney there, it was like a brick chimney, but it didn't go anywhere.
Right.
So we would put a skeleton key, that had Santa on it, just a massive key. Of course, skeleton key opens any door.
Right.
And this is a magical one,
right.
so Santa could get into our house. Yeah, he would just have to use the front door, so kind of sucks to be him, I guess, but because there was no chimney.
I mean, if anything,
now later in life, we got a wood-burning stove, which did have a chimney. It was a very slim chimney, so again, got to use some magical powers there.
But you saved him the use of all that magic by using the front door those early years.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Gave him the key.
That's very
Still put the key out this year, just in case he's,
Now, do you do any kind of Advent every year?
I was never big on the Advent calendars.
Really?
But Riley and her family are very big on Advent calendars.
Yeah.
So I have 2 Advent calendars this year.
Like just chocolate ones?
No. I think, so like as a kid, I did the occasional chocolate one. Of course, I would always either forget about them or break the rules and eat all the chocolate day one.
Sure.
This year I've got a German beer one.
Love.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do one of the beer ones.
So good. All of the beer thus far has been phenomenal.
Dang.
Big fan.
That's great.
And then I've got a little, it's Marvel, like Avengers, but they're like, I don't remember what they're called. Those little...
Like mini things?
They're like mini thingies, but they're like on all fours. They're very round and oblong. I keep wanting to call them Zoomies, but that's the name of the...
a hex bug.
No, that's the name of the store at the mall. What are they called? I don't remember, but a little Marvel. Yeah, they sell them at Disney. They're usually like plush, and they look very animated, and they're small little cylinders.
You lost me.
Yeah, you know them as soon as I see them, or as soon as I think of the name, you'll know what they are.
Okay, word.
But either way, so they're those, and that's like they're just little Marvel characters, which is cute, I guess. But it's fun, like getting a little gift every day.
Yeah,
it's just a fun little thing. It's
great. I don't like the chocolate ones because again, I don't need a one piece of chocolate every single day. I'd rather just have a bunch of M&Ms a day and call it a day.
I guess, yeah.
But I've done sock ones, which are really
fun. That's fun, yeah.
I've gotten a lot of really cool socks that I still wear. Like those always go well.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you got some cool socks on right now.
I do. You don't have
Show
Christmas
those.
Socks on?
I do not have Christmas socks
see?
on.
Oh my gosh, I don't know that the people can see.
Go ahead. For free.
For
these
free.
Feet, yeah.
They are for free.
Yeah. Take your screenshots
In
now,
this
men.
economy, Dinosaurus. That is a T-Rex wearing a Santa Claus suit.
Curl the toes a little bit.
Oh yeah, they need all the. There you go.
There you go. Enjoy that. Merry Christmas.
Woo!
Our gift to you,
Ow.
Lauren's feet. Yeah, Santasaurus we went with?
Santasaurus. This is Christmas pair of sock number 2 of the day.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, you stepped in cat vomit.
I did step in cat vomit.
In the previous pair.
I was wearing cat Christmas socks for the cat Christmas sweater, but naturally, those would end in a disaster with cat vomit. So now I'm wearing dino socks that are Santa themed. And,
big fan. Love them.
Yeah, they're great. They're crucial.
Yeah.
But I was...
Yes, continue. Sorry.
No, you're fine. This is important too. The Advent... My family has an Advent box where each one is a drawer, and normally you're supposed to put like a little piece of candy, like your own candy in it, and then it's like a wooden dresser type thing, and it's maybe like 2 feet by 2 feet, so it's a small little box. But my family put in a clue and like a paper clue folded up, and would have me do a scavenger hunt in the house to find it. So it'd be like a riddle, being like, oh, whatever. I'm not really good with riddles, but it'd be a short 4-line riddle to lead me to somewhere in the house.
Yeah.
Like where do I get my like milk and cookies? So I'd go to the cookie plate or whatever.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where obviously I was getting older and I knew the same spots over and over again. So it'd take me like 5 minutes every morning to find the little, and there'd be like a little present at the end, like a little mini Lego set or something like that. Yeah. And so it got to the point where I could get it pretty quickly. So Santa Claus was the one who put the clues in, started doing like 20 like steps of this scavenger hunt. Like this clue would lead to like the fireplace, which would lead to the front door.
Putting in work.
Would lead to the shed outside, which would lead to every single night for the 23 days that you get to do it for.
24, yeah.
Well, yeah, 24 days, I guess. Leading up to it, and I sitting back now, I'm like, thank you, Santa, for putting in all that work.
Yeah.
Because that's every single night for like a long time, and still, whenever I go home, like the box is out and the kid is home, meaning Santa has to show up and do something. So in past years where I don't come home from school till like, like the 15th or whatever, like coming back from college,
you got a lot of work to do.
The next morning, no, I don't have 1 through 15. The next morning, if I open up the like 16th drawer, there's a clue in it. So it starts right back up as soon as I'm home.
That's nice.
Which is really cool. That, Santa works overtime for me for the whole month. I appreciate it.
Santa cares.
This year,
Santa cares especially about the people who believe in Santa Claus.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so this year I'm not going home till after. So this is gonna be the first year where I don't even do like a single Advent, which is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
But that's something that I want to continue. Like I want to do that kind of thing for like my kids to have. Like I either want to have that Advent box or go get another one, because otherwise I'm not like Santa's not gonna have anywhere to put those things.
True.
So I want to make sure we start that tradition.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that like those like little traditions that you do as kids that kind of go away as you get older. It's like a little upsetting. I mean, even like to this day, right? Like we don't really put out milk and cookies.
We don't put out milk and cookies.
Which I get, right? Like we're all adults in the house now. I get it. We're not going to put out milk and cookies because Santa's not delivering as many presents in our adult life as he used to when we were kids.
He's not as tired when he's coming by.
Yeah.
For sure.
But it's still like those little things.
Where you're like, oh.
It's just like, oh man, like with milk and cookies.
I
Sometimes there's not even cookies made yet.
Right.
Because my mom's a busy person.
Right. For sure.
And so now I will say, she is now retired. Both my parents are retired. So not that mom's got nothing but time,
goes,
but my mom's
there better be cookies
but
out
my
this
mom's
year.
got some time to make some cookies this year because she doesn't have to. My mom used to have to go to work on Christmas Eve. I don't, and my mom will correct me, I'm sure, when she watches this episode, but I swear I remember recently, like within the past couple of years before she retired, that she had to go to work on Christmas Day.
Oh my
I hope that I'm wrong about that, but I think I remember
sad.
like she's like, I gotta run in really quick, and it's not like for very long.
Right, but she's gotta go take care.
She's got to run in, take care of some things because the post office can't run without my mother there.
Right.
My mom is basically like Santa Claus, where she needs to be at the workshop for it to run.
I got it.
Yeah,
I got
so I swear to God, I don't know how the post office is still up and running right now with my mom having been retired.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so
are there any traditions that you do not want to continue? Because I know one I never got to an experience, and I don't want to.
What is it?
Elf on a Shelf.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I think that became a thing. That's one of those things that, like, again, it's very recent.
That's our generation.
Probably started in 2014.
Yeah. A lot of things happened. After we survived the world ending in 2012, we decided we got to make the most of a lot more.
And so I think like that was one of those things. It's like, okay, I'm old enough where I don't need an elf watching me.
Yeah.
Also, I see it sold at Barnes and Noble, so I know.
See, and that's what I don't like, is that like I feel like that one ruins magic because it's very off. And the whole, like, if you see ones where the kids touch it and the parents like freak out on the kids and the kids start sobbing, and I'm like, hey, it's not that deep.
Not that serious.
That's not a tradition if it stresses your kid out, or a kid's crying because they got Sharpie drawn all over them. I'm like, this is just the parents wanting to be mean to your kid. Just do that on your own. Just prank your kids for fun. Don't.
Now, I will say, I did see a video of somebody recording, like catching like a, hidden camera footage of their elf on a shelf.
It's
and
funny.
It was like in a cereal box and moving.
Yeah.
And
that's
I'm like,
scary. That would scare me
I'm
as
like,
a
okay,
kid.
how did that happen? How
They
did they do
did-
that?
Do you want to know?
No, I don't want to know. Don't
Oh.
ruin the magic for me.
Oh, it's the elf on the shelf.
Yeah, well-
It's not magical. That's not Santa's elf. Come on.
That's true. Yeah, they all look the same. Santa's
Kids,
elves have
get off.
Santa's elves have different characteristics.
Yeah, they all. Yeah,
They're not all the
look
same looking thing.
So
So, okay,
think
how
of-
did they
think
make
of
it work?
Herbie.
Yeah, think of Hermie. Yeah, he wanted to be a dentist.
Exactly. Do you want to know?
Sure, yeah, if you know.
Did you? So the box was on the edge of the table.
So you're thinking hand in
I
box?
think the guy just sat under the box and just had it and just was like messing with it
Yeah.
from there and then just dropped
That's what I was like. I go, there must be a hand somewhere, but it just looked so good. Even the way that
Yeah.
it like fell over. I was
Yeah.
trying to like imagine if there was like a string somewhere moving it, but I just couldn't.
that video would have scarred me as a
Really?
kid. If I saw that thing.
No,
moving-
if I was a
'cause
kid and
don't
I saw
like
that-
I don't like baby dolls.
Oh, okay.
Because I like horror reasons.
Yeah.
And so if I saw that, when I watched that video, I was like, that's creepy to
Yeah.
me. I've seen
No,
it
if I saw that video as a child, I would be like, oh, 100% this thing's legit, and
Yeah.
I'm going to behave in front of that elf.
you no bad deeds. No.
Yeah, no.
You're gonna be on your best
Never.
behavior.
Never, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you write a list and mail it to Santa? Write a letter to Santa?
What were you trying to say? Yeah. So I never mailed a letter.
Really?
But I said
See,
it.
my mom worked at the post office, so I had the inside.
Aw,
I got
you
priority.
express.
Yeah, my mom put that in the mail carrier's thing.
Because Santa or an elf came by every single night to do the Advent for me.
Right.
I already knew he was coming through the chimney, so I
You're
set
like, list
mine-
is right there, Santa.
Yeah, no, I set mine on the chimney, like the glass doors with the handles.
Oh,
I
yeah.
set that on the
So it's
door.
the first thing he sees when he gets down there.
Yes, he has to drop it.
You're
in
like,
order-
hey, while you're here.
While you're here, it's so nice.
Yeah.
You have 24 days of presents. Let's lay them out.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, I wrote back and forth. He wrote back to me a couple times. And
I hope that showed as well on the.
That was so fun.
Oh
Pure
man,
shock that I
That was
got a letter
hilarious.
back from
Yeah.
Santa. Just
brought my glasses back down.
that was
Santa wrote to you.
Santa wrote me full letters because I also didn't always just write, "Hey Santa, this is what I want. Merry Christmas." I would ask him questions like, "Oh, well, where do the reindeer sleep? And what do they like to
Yeah,
do?
yeah,
What is Rudolph's favorite sport?" And like asking things
Right.
that a kid would want to know.
Yeah.
And Santa
Especially a
wrote,
kid like you who likes sports.
yes,
Yeah.
I was very curious as we do this draft. But Santa would write back. He had really nice like printed paper with like his beautiful like signature on it, and it had like a kind of like a holly leaf background. It was like kind of red paper. Had his like picture.
Let
on
me
the
ask you this
side.
question really quick. What did Santa's signature look like?
I cannot confirm.
Okay.
I actually don't remember what
Alright.
it looked like.
I remember.
I just remember it was like fancy writing, you know?
yeah,
And
yeah,
It
yeah.
was like the ink thing, and he had a stamp too. Very official.
Santa used a stamp for writing you?
Not like as
When
like,
he wrote you, he used a stamp?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
There was no stamp from. Oh, granted, he wasn't writing letters to me.
yeah. See, you.
He was accepting my letters, and then he was delivering presents.
And then he was. Like,
And he was just writing his name on the presents. He was never stamping because,
Oh.
like, you're not going to stamp something that's going to get ripped open.
Right. Well, okay. So Santa's handwriting, in
Was he using like a quill?
it looked like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like big fancy. Like his
God.
John Hancock was.
I should have
signing.
started. I should have like been asking Santa questions.
Yes, you should have.
I was just being. I was just like, hey Santa, here's my list.
No,
Gonna be
you
honest,
shoulda got
straight to the
know
point.
man.
I guess so.
I had full conversations with him. The envelopes were really nice envelopes too.
Yeah.
I saved all of those. It was like only 1 or 2 years that I did that. And I don't know where they are right now. They're in my like keepsake box.
Yeah.
Because I kept them all.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, I would. All my questions were answered. I knew so much about the North Pole at the time.
That's very cool.
I'll have to find that so I can let you know.
I think I don't know if I've told you this before, but I've definitely mentioned it on the podcast before. I got a book one year for Christmas called The Autobiography of Santa Claus. and it's basically the story of like Santa's entire life,
Yeah.
even prior to him becoming Santa Claus.
Right. When.
Yeah.
Like.
Back when he was just Nick.
Right.
Nicky.
Right. Well, there's a movie about that.
Is there?
It's one of those claymation movies.
Oh well, it's the what's that called? Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the same story.
One foot in front of the other.
Yeah, that's
That
great
guy,
story.
That wizard, that ice wizard guy,
Yeah.
that the one foot was almost my front pick.
That would have been a great choice.
For
Yeah, excellent choice.
That's why when I was telling you, I was like, I wanted to be a totally out of left field. And I was like, but that might be way too niche.
Yeah.
So I kept it tamer with the other guys.
This book, Autobiography of Santa Claus, phenomenal.
Really?
Phenomenal book, and it tells you like a lot about Santa Claus and what he likes, what he did,
interesting,
how he became the man that he is.
Yeah.
And one thing that
a lot about like actual lore of like written story, or like is this just someone writing his book for him?
That's a good question.
Or is it actually from like historical like?
Another good question. It's been a long time since I read it.
Okay.
I got it as like a very young kid.
Okay. Interesting.
And my very young kid, honestly, I was probably a teenager. But like to now, I'm 28 years old. I was very young.
You were a wee lad at the time.
And so, I'm talking like 13, 14 years old. So 14 years ago, I got this book. But the one thing I do remember, two things I remember. One, Santa Claus really likes goat cheese.
Interesting.
Now, as you may know, in today's day and age, goat cheese, very hot commodity. People love goat cheese.
Yeah.
It's on all the charcuterie boards nowadays.
For sure.
Santa was ahead of his time. Yeah. And so when I learned that as a kid, I was like, we got to start putting goat cheese out. We've been jipping Santa.
Yeah, he's not happy with
milk and cookies. Man wants goat cheese. What are we doing?
Did you make your parents?
I tried to convince them. It was
You're like, it's right here in the
yeah.
writing.
It was a no. There was never any goat cheese.
They're like, no, we'll do the cookies.
Yeah,
that's the best.
And I was like, doesn't seem fair, but okay.
Okay.
But then on the back of the book, and this is really like as a kid who was getting this book again around that age where everybody my age was not believing in Santa Claus anymore. On the back of the book, it said it had like a little like picture of Santa and the reindeer flying across the back of the book. And then it said, "You're right to believe in me." And like as a kid, right, again, I don't remember exactly how old I was, but let's just say 13, 14 years old. I'm getting this book and reading all about Santa.
Yeah.
And on the back of the book, it says that. I'm like,
Oh
I
my
will.
God.
That cemented me personally. That cemented my I will always believe in Santa Claus thing.
Wow.
Because it's just like, because why not believe in him?
Yeah.
Right? Like, what proof do you have that he doesn't exist?
Right.
Like, have I seen him personally? No.
But why would you? He doesn't live here.
Yeah. Do I need to? No.
Yeah.
So.
I get that. See, that's the thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do this year because I don't have a chimney here, so I don't know how he's gonna
Better
get
get a key.
I could get.
Just leave a little note. Write him a letter. It's not too late.
I mean, he's got
and let him know your door code.
But yeah, but I don't want to mail that out.
Could get that's true. If somebody else
it comes across my letter, I don't want because I don't have my.
I think you can email Santa nowadays.
Oh, is he? Up
He's set up. He's got Wi-Fi. Yeah.
I'm sure he's got an Instagram too and everything. But
I don't know if he's got a social media team. First of all, he's not managing his own Instagram. If he's got one, he's not managing it himself. Either Mrs. Claus or he's got a social media team.
I think he's got a social media elf.
Probably.
For sure. Let's see. What are the odds he's got one? I wouldn't DM my code either, but
yeah, no, I would say email is your best bet.
Santa
secured email with like a encrypted sort of thing.
Santa J Claus.
J? What's the J?
His middle name. This is the official page for Santa J Claus.
Verified?
Yeah, he's verified.
Let me see.
Here's another Santa Claus.
Why J?
I don't know. But I don't like him. He's like just a guy. But he does he does things.
Interesting. I don't know about that. I'm realizing now that audio is not coming through, so we're just sitting here in silence.
I don't. He looks young. at the same time of looking old.
Yeah,
Does
yeah,
that
yeah,
make
yeah.
sense?
It does make sense. Yes.
But that gives Santa energy. Look,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, looking young while looking old.
Yeah, this.
Spunky.
Yeah, he's got a lot of spunk, I guess.
Yeah.
You can see. Nope, you can't. But you can see that there is something there. That
Interesting.
is the official page for Santa J. Claus.
Santa J. I didn't know.
I think this is this guy. I don't think this is the real Santa.
So Santa's keeping off Instagram.
Yeah.
Probably in his best interest.
Yeah, it's kind of messy there.
Yeah.
Interesting, though.
Yeah. But I know he's got internet up there. There's no way Santa's running the North Pole with no internet.
Yeah, because he's got a tracker for NORAD.
Well, they're using satellites.
Oh, that's true.
So, yeah, they're using outer space tech.
Right, nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long story long. I still believe in Santa Claus. Always will believe in Santa Claus. Nobody can convince me Santa Claus is not real because they've never gone to the North Pole to prove that he's not there.
Right.
And guess what? Even if you do go to the North Pole on a Santa Claus expedition,
how are you gonna find him?
Yeah.
It's too cold.
And
if he has an underground.
And guess what? Magic. Morons.
All of those places are shielded by magic.
Yeah.
From every single film we've seen. There's freaking evidence right there.
Yeah.
That he's real.
Mm-hmm. And on top of all that, this is just a side note. I think I talked about this with you on an early episode. People are like, parents are saying, and this is now people our age are saying that they don't want to lie to their children.
I've seen this.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want to lie to my children, and blah 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 blah. So they're just telling them straight up.
Yeah.
Hey, Santa Claus doesn't exist.
Yeah.
First of all,
what
screw you. Like, you are just one, you're wrong.
Fuck?
Two, why would you do that?
I think I've watched some of those parents, like literally, like you said, our age,
Yeah.
and explaiing it and saying.
I hate to sound like a person, but the woke parents.
Yeah, these. Us not even having kids.
Yeah.
Have an opinion, but no, they'll say like.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like,
God,
you need to lie to your children. Let's get that out of the way right now. You at certain points in your child's life, you need to lie to them about many things. Mm-hmm. So don't say that you don't want to lie to your children. So you're going to tell them that Santa doesn't exist. One, you're wrong. Santa does exist. So suck it.
Stop lying about that.
And two, you can't say you're not gonna. You're gonna tell them something about this, and then you're gonna lie about something else, because I know that you're gonna lie to your kids about something at some point.
Right. Yeah, I think I think what they're trying to go for is like not setting up that betrayal later, because a lot of kids do get really angry at their parents later and stuff like that.
Yeah, which also, get over it, kids.
Also, yeah, like I think it's just the way you tell them and the way you raise them. Yeah. And the way you take care of your kids afterwards.
Absolutely.
Like, your kid's not going to retaliate.
I appreciate so much that my parents, when I was a child, assisted Santa Claus in putting some extra gifts under the tree with his name on them. Yes. Shout out, Mom and Dad.
Yes.
Thanks for keeping the magic alive.
I agree.
When Santa's working his ass off from billions of kids all season long.
Hanging up a massive star in the tree just so they could see my house. Really angry about this. No, but I totally agree. Same thing with like the Tooth Fairy just being like, no, like that doesn't exist. I'm like, dude, like let your kid have some fun. Yeah. What the fuck?
Also, think about it this way, right?
Imagination.
Think about it this way. If your kid goes to school and tells another kid that my mom said Santa's not real,
you just ruined that.
Now imagine how that kid's gonna react. Yeah. Like, you're not just saving your child from lies and betrayal and heartbreak. Yeah. You are potentially ruining Christmas for so many other kids and many other families.
To me.
So stop being a bitch.
To me, it's giving that you're lazy. Yeah. Because you don't want to have to hold the lie. And if you feel like it's that tough, like if you're not a good enough actor or whatever, like that's on you. Like your parents helped out Santa for years, you can as well.
Absolutely.
It's not that hard. And like you said, uphold it for other kids in the area, because kids, the the minute, well, my mom said,
Yeah.
and that ruins so many things.
Yeah.
And it's also an experience for other parents. Like, I'm very excited to like set out the milk and make cookies with my kid to set out for Santa, things like that. So the fact that like now like that could change like that parent's experience with their kid and kind of everything, I think is outrageous.
Absolutely. My mom called me recently to recommend a movie, and she said, I think it was Red One. She said, you have to watch this movie. You're gonna love it, especially because you believe in Santa Claus. And so like, there's my mom. I'm 28 years old. She called me the other day, and she goes, watch this movie because you believe in Santa Claus.
That's cute.
I'm like, that's like my mother's still.
Upholding the magic for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's important.
Do my sisters make fun of me? Absolutely.
Who cares?
Do I care? No.
Do you believe in all the figures then? Like Tooth Fairy?
Well, again,
Bunny.
I've stopped losing teeth, so that one's a little tough for me.
Right, but like, do you okay, so like
Easter Bunny, 100%.
Yeah, the Easter Bunny definitely is real too.
What others are there?
A leprechaun.
Do I believe in leprechauns? Oh yeah.
But yeah, like I guess like leprechauns, Cupid coming down for Valentine's Day and shooting people.
I think Cupid is technically one of like is he a Roman god or a Greek god? I think he's Roman.
I believe it's a Roman.
I think he's one of the Roman gods.
Yeah, he exists.
And
in both
so,
sides,
do I believe in mythical creatures? Yes.
Yeah.
And Greek gods are technically fall under the category of mythical. So
we could get a spiral on mythology for hours. That 100%. Is my.
It's funny. I don't believe in ghosts, but you give me something mythical, I believe in it 100%.
That thing's real.
Yeah. Ghosts, fake. Santa Claus, real. Sorry.
Manticores, real.
What?
A manticore. It's from mythology. That's the lion with the scorpion tail thing, I believe.
What's it called?
A manticore? Hold on.
News to me.
Chat to the world while I.
Right. Yeah. Out. So, again, Santa Claus is real. Stop telling your kids that he's not real. Even if your family is like, we don't do whatever.
It's a lion with a scorpion tail.
Oh, cool.
And wings.
Manticore.
Manticore.
Freaky looking. Hate that.
Yeah, they're crazy. Totally is real though.
Yeah. I will also say to that same point, right? Like if you are a parent who is financially well off, and you spend a lot of money for your kids on Christmas, which they probably deserve it, right? Spend the money on Christmas. I love spending money around the holidays. If I can give like as many gifts to my parents as they gave to me as a kid, I'm gonna do it.
I would, yeah.
But if you're somebody who's like buying iPads or computers or really expensive things for your kids for Christmas, take the credit, please. Because
hot take.
Yeah, I will say that, because if that kid goes to school after the holidays are over and they say Santa Claus got me an iPad, and the other kid who is also extremely well behaved, Santa Claus got them
a Barbie doll,
not an iPad.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that. Interesting.
Especially if both kids ask for an iPad. And so I will say, like,
I've never thought about it like that.
I like again, if you're assisting Santa Claus in gift giving, by all means, assist. Take credit where credit is due at the same time. If you bought your kid an iPad, props to you, mom and dad.
Yeah.
Take the credit. Yeah. Let your kid know that you got that iPad for them.
Yeah. Did Santa wrap your presents for you?
Yes.
For me, I guess
if they were wrappable, I will say.
Yeah, touche. Maybe Santa just didn't have time or whatever, but there would be the presents under the tree, which was from family and friends and stuff, and then each kid had their own pile somewhere else in the room, like up against one of the walls, and it was just all unwrapped, but it all had a tag from Santa. So we just had everything just compiled, kind of like an Easter basket.
Authentic workshop experience,
yes,
right? It's
coming straight from the factory. Just right there, we'd all have our little sections, and then we'd go play with that, and then we'd also bring over our family presents.
No, Santa would wrap my gifts. The only things that we didn't get that were wrapped were like if it was like too big or like weird,
like
to
a
wrap.
Bike or whatever.
Yeah, bike. Yeah. I think one year we got No, that was for my birthday. I got a drum set one year, but and that was not Christmas. It was my birthday. So
I think my parents like made sure that they wrapped presents versus Santa unwrapping presents or not having presents wrapped because of the weird shapes. Like,
fair.
So that way there was no confusion between parents' presents versus Santa's presents.
Yeah.
For example, I got a bike one year. And so then that way there's not just one thing that's unwrapped.
Yeah.
That way everything.
See, I think I will say my dad does not wrap presents. My dad's version of wrapping presents is using newspaper.
Oh, my dad just uses a bag.
Yes, there you go.
Everything goes in a bag.
And so my mom is the gift wrapper. And my uncle Dave. They will wrap presents. But I think that they're really good at communicating with the big man upstairs about not using the same wrapping paper.
Yeah. Does and then that means does Santa wrap all the same presents?
If you get one thing, if you get one thing and you see the sticker to Joe from Santa, you know that everything in that wrapping paper is going to be from Santa.
Gotcha.
And so it gets to the point where you don't have to read the tag anymore because wrapping paper is from Mom, that wrapping paper is from Uncle Dave, that one's from Tina, this one's from Santa Claus. Yeah, and newspaper, that's Dad.
we have the opposite. We have wrapping paper means a person. So not from
this
someone.
Wrapping paper is to somebody.
This is
all my that's
presents,
good.
All my presents are in normally a Disney wrapping paper.
I like that. Yeah. That's organized
and
there.
So unless it's from and that's from my parents doing.
Yeah.
My brothers will wrap it in whatever they want.
Sure, yeah.
And I'll wrap it in whatever I want. But for the presents given to me from my parents, they're always wrapped in the same wrapping paper.
That makes it easy.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Because then, once you
especially I'm the person who hands out presents on Christmas morning.
I'm the person who hands out presents.
Yeah, so if I have an organized system,
it's quick.
And I don't have to find the thing.
Right, you don't have to find the tag. You just know you find one tag and you realize. Also, it's normally themed, so the paper matches the person pretty well. So again, mine's either going to be a Disney wrapping paper, or cats, or something. And my brother's might be more of a dark green because his favorite color is green.
Yeah,
and then John's might be more of a gray or something.
I like
or
that.
Maybe a movie he likes.
That's nice.
And then Santa's presents are unwrapped over there, so when you find your
Santa,
pile, this is Santa's presents. The ones that are here are parents' presents, and then you have your sibling presents.
Yeah, wow. Good on your parents.
Yeah, they really set it up pretty efficiently. And
Santa giving the authentic straight out the factory experience too. That's nice.
I
like
love
that.
it because it's always set up really nicely, and then we wouldn't be allowed in that room until the parents were ready. My dad has the old school video recorder.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be allowed in the room. All the doors would be shut until everyone's awake. We've all been maybe we had breakfast or not, but we have to be ready to go.
What time do you open presents Christmas morning?
We don't have a set time. It's normally whenever everyone woke up. So when I was younger,
I'm waking up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah. So when I was younger, I'd wake up really early.
Yeah, 6 a.m. Up and at 'em.
And I'd wake up my parents, so they'd go and start making the coffee and stuff. And then they were like, "Give your brother
something
some time."
About the smell of the house Christmas morning.
Christmas morning is so good.
It's got a smell.
It's crisp in the house.
Yeah.
It's super chillier for some reason.
Yeah.
But it's also there's
it's the presence of Santa just cooled the house down.
Yes.
Yeah.
The snow got let in. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yes, I totally agree. There's a feeling in the air. The magic.
I love it.
There.
I love it.
Totally agree.
To this day, we've pushed it back a little bit, right? I don't usually go to bed now until midnight. Really cutting into Santa time.
Yeah, you're not giving him much room to work.
And then I will wake up at 7:30. Probably haven't wrapped all my presents yet, so I'm doing it I'm in my bedroom on the floor.
Yeah.
And then I go upstairs, and I think we shoot for 8.
Yeah.
And we end up actually opening by 8:30 because my sister is always late.
Yeah.
My
brothers sleep in. They don't like being woken up anymore. And so I normally, but now that they're working and stuff, they're starting to naturally wake up earlier. So it's normally around 7 to 8 that we end up opening presents.
Yeah.
But everyone's got to get their coffee. We all kind of wake up.
We don't.
I stretch because I'm about to be dealing out presents and stuff. So yeah.
No, we roll out, get on the couch, half asleep. And we're like, all right, here we go. Let's do it.
Start it up.
No,
That's
I love
crazy.
it. Yeah.
Dad's got to get out the big trash bag.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's his job. You just start throwing it in one place.
Yes.
Yep.
Love it. I love it.
Such a good feeling. It makes me excited. I'm doing Christmas on the the 8th.
Okay.
This year.
Yeah.
Since I won't be there, my brothers aren't gonna come up to the home until I'm there anyway.
Okay.
So we're all just doing that experience on the 28th.
Nice.
I don't know if we're gonna do it like in the morning, like a traditional Christmas,
Yeah.
or if we're gonna just like at some point in the day just be like, all right, presents.
Yeah. And see, I think that's like for me why, and we'll wrap up here in a second because this is getting a long episode.
Okay.
This like why I prioritize going home for Christmas and not working on Christmas. One, it's Christmas. Not working. Yeah. Two, Christmas is a morning holiday.
Correct.
And like I feel like kind of like what you said recently is like once like the presents are unwrapped and all that is done, like the feeling of Christmas really starts to fade after like the morning.
Right.
Because then it's like, okay, well now we got to go do this, and now we got to go do this, and now we got to
we're doing dinner. We got to start cooking.
Yeah, because dinner on Christmas Day is at like 3 p.m.
God.
Way too early.
We also do a big breakfast.
Yeah, so do we.
So then we just we just eat for like.
We just keep eating
all day.
Yeah. We open presents at like 8. We eat dinner by like 10. Or sorry, we eat breakfast by 10.
Yeah.
Dinner by 10. Yeah.
Sure.
And then it's like, all right, start cleaning up all the wrapping paper and gifts.
Put away all the
because we got to start making food because the family's coming over.
Yeah.
I don't know that the family's coming over this year for Christmas dinner, so it might just be like immediate family, which I'm totally fine with as well because then we can delay it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And football's on this year, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm really excited to like do my own Christmas.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, obviously it's a heavy family holiday.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to be like, I'm not gonna be able to do whatever. However, it's one where I can really like maybe start my own tradition or something, which I kind of like. It's gonna be me and the idiots, so that'll be nice. I'm gonna put them in a nice outfit and they're gonna
that'd be
hate
cute.
me. But I'm like
Santa Claus is coming to visit them.
Santa Claus is doing a lot of work this year. I'll tell you what. Unfortunately, because we don't have much to open ourselves here, they've got quite a few presents that I need to still wrap, and then obviously Santa Claus will deliver some of them. Again, I need a chimney. I have to figure out how Santa Claus is.
Yeah.
I might just leave the door open.
Leave the door cracked.
Just leave the door open so you can crawl right in.
Raccoon walks in first thing in the morning.
Santa Claus, you're here! it's like dragging in a hat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be nice. I think it'll be good. But I think on that note.
Sorry, I can't unlock my phone with my face right now.
I was gonna say Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. But on that note, however you celebrate, if you celebrate Christmas, if you celebrate another holiday, XYZ.
Happy Hanukkah-Kwanzaa-mas.
Gazoo tight. Enjoy your holiday season. Take a break, slow down, and have fun.
Yeah.
Spend some time with the people you love. Whether it's your family,
if you're anything like my
friends,
family, you really start to argue with each other around the holidays.
Yeah.
So like, just take a breather and remember that.
Step out and slow down.
Yeah.
This is your break.
Yeah. Remember that Christmas is a fun time, not a time. It's stressful, right? My family argues, and we always have.
Yeah.
And we've made a joke out of it at this point in our lives. Where like, what was my dad always say? Can you feel the love? Is what my dad always says when we start arguing around the holidays.
That's great.
Which I think now, because you made a joke out of us arguing, we've gotten to a point where we don't argue anymore.
Right. You realize.
Yeah. But yeah, if you celebrate Christmas, if you celebrate any holiday that adds stress to your life, just enjoy it this year, right? Just take a second, enjoy yourselves.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, happy everything else.
Yeah.
Trivia time.
Trivia.
Specifically Christmas trivia.
Christmas trivia.
Random trivia generator. Do you want to pick a number while I search Christmas?
My number. How many numbers do I get to pick?
Go wherever you want to go.
Up into the thousands?
Maybe not that far, because I'm not scrolling that long.
We're gonna choose. What? We'll go number 1.
Interesting. I thought you were going to go 25.
Didn't I do that last
No, you did 13 last week, I think.
Oh, shoot. Didn't do 25.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Never mind.
Danish postmaster Einar Halbal is credited with the 1903 creation of what?
If it said 1955, I'd be like, NORAD!
No, Danish postmaster Einar Halbal or Holbal is credited with the 1903 creation of what? That is tough.
I'm gonna just put this out there and hope I'm right.
1903. What would have been created? All right, I'm locked in.
Yeah, me too.
What'd you say?
The letters to Santa box.
Oh.
Or like the concept of being able to, like, those specific places where you can drop them to
yeah.
to Santa.
I just said jingle bells.
Oh.
Like just bells.
Yeah, that's probably a good pick.
Bells
are old.
Christmas seals.
Oh, letter seal.
Well, how do you spell that? SEAL, right? Still?
I think so.
It's not like SEE for some reason.
Well, you said he's a postmaster, right?
Oh, you're right.
That's why I was going for the letter.
I was like,
box.
did this man invent seals?
No.
Yeah, that would, I guess, Christmas seals.
Yeah, but like kind of like Christmas stamps. You invent a Christmas thing?
I have no idea.
Because I invented the first Christmas pillow. Like, what?
Let's pick a new one. Let's go 24.
Yeah, go Eve.
We don't want that one.
I was on the right track, to be fair.
No, that's all right. Actually, you picked 23 last week. It was which was president was the first to have an indoor Christmas. Nope, it wasn't that either. Anyways, pick a number.
Are we not doing 24? We don't want to do that one?
No, because it's just on what holiday did W.C. Fields die, and I'll bet you it's Christmas.
Let's do 14.
14. Who introduced Christmas cookies to Canada in the 1700s?
Why are these questions so wild? I want to know, like...
Christmas cookies didn't exist in Canada until the 1700s? 1700s.
Christmas cookies were created? Like a long time ago?
Yeah.
Christmas cookies.
Who introduced Christmas cookies to Canada in the 1700s?
See, in my head,
cookies have been around forever.
Cookies have existed forever, but Christmas cookies?
Yeah. As long as there's been Christmas, there's been Christmas cookies.
I don't know who.
Germans. It was just looking for very generic.
I would have been like, shit.
The Germans. Interesting. How were they up in Canada in the 1700s? What were they doing up there?
That's early.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
To
Canada. That's still...
Okay. I'm really trying to find one that works.
Number 38.
38.
I'm just trying to get you to scroll away from... Not good.
No. Really, this is just tough. Okay, here we go. What country does not tolerate outdoor Christmas lights?
Ooh.
Just pick a country.
Damn. Let me think.
I'm locked in, and I have zero confidence.
Hold on, I'm trying to think.
Yep.
I got... You gotta think. Hold on. Stop.
Any country.
I know.
And you know it's not the United States of America.
Yeah, I know that. That narrows it down really nice.
It's also not Canada.
Yeah.
Okay. Leaves you the rest of the world.
Let me cook, okay? Okay.
All right, I said Poland.
I said Turkey.
Interesting. Saudi Arabia.
I'm closer.
Are you? You know that right away? You seem pretty confident in that.
Yes.
I'm almost tempted to not even look and just believe you.
That's convincing then.
All right, I know where Saudi Arabia is. Where's Poland?
North.
Where's Turkey?
Turkey's not north.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
I'm right there.
You're right there.
Yeah, I told you.
I didn't know where Turkey was. I knew where Poland was.
I knew Turkey was south. I was trying to think of somewhere that wasn't super populated and also would be concerned with having a lot of like light pollution or whatever. You know, like that.
Well, you were wrong. I hope you know.
I know I was wrong, but that's what I was trying to go.
Yeah,
for.
I see where you were trying to go
like,
for.
Think about it. At night, all of our cities in the U.S. are already neon bright. So why would they ban Christmas lights?
True.
You know, same with like Spain and England and France and Germany, all those kind of bigger countries.
Saudi Arabia is just a desert, isn't it?
I think majority of it is. Yeah. I don't know.
No outdoor lights.
That's kind of what I was going
Interesting. Anyways, Lauren, where can people find you? Oh, wait, let me tell you how many points you've got. You're at 4. I'm at 6.
Woo! Comeback season, baby. People can find me at lou.mcdonald. That is L2U's.mcdonald, not a W, 2 U's. That's on my Instagram, and that's the only place you can find me. My eat of the week, I made roasted potatoes last night in the oven, like where you just get the little baby potatoes, cover them in oil, cover them in salt and pepper, throw them in.
A little bit of garlic.
A little bit of garlic. They were so good. That's the first time I've ever made them myself. Because I'm lazy, and I shouldn't be, because it's so easy.
Yeah.
Hello.
Love making potatoes.
Delish. I'm probably going to make that 17 more times this week.
100%.
It was so good. And I have leftovers. So that was my eat of the week. Joe, where can they find you?
On my photography Instagram, Sharky_photography, and my regular Instagram, Secret Agent Sharky. My eat of the week is tough, because I didn't have a whole lot to eat this week.
Well.
So I'm going to go with last night's frozen pizza, Red Baron, brick oven style. So good.
Yum.
As for the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at CSGPod. That is CSGPOD. Follow us on TikTok at The Shuffle Podcast. And on Instagram at The Shuffle_podcast. And subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all at The Shuffle Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy Holidays. And we'll talk at you next week with our New Year's Eve episode.
Woo!
Where we will be both dressed a little bit fancy this time.
Yeah, all right. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye.
Bye.